Now, what I want to present to you is a strategy early league that not a lot of people know, but if you are a person looking for some good profits, but keep in mind you're going to need investments and some initial costs in the beginning, is going to be 6 linking unique items. Now, not only 6 linking unique items, 6 linking unique items that have a good implicit for this item. But the question is, how do we find items that we want to 6 link in order to make a lot of profit? Well, the answer is quite easy. We need to just see what's popular and what builds are popular right now. So depending on the first couple of days of the league, we'll start seeing people and builds on PoE Ninja that will tell us what do we really need, what are builds that are going to be popular, and how do we find items for this. So just for example, we can choose Deadeye and we can choose some random build, and you can see here Brass Dome, and we see that +2 level socketed projectile gems. So what we can do is, if we check this 6 link, it's going to be multiple tens of divines for most uniques if it has really good go-to corruptions. However, the go-to corruptions early league can be bought quite cheaply off of, PoE trade for a fraction of the price without the 6 links. So I just did an example with Greed's Embrace here, where we have max rolled quant and rarity with +1 socketed gems for a 6 link. Of course, this is late league, so the prices are definitely going to be much different. This is just comparison for now, just to have a main idea of what's going on. So don't look at the prices now. Finding this is going to take a while of what you really want to go for, what you want to snipe off the market. It's hard to show an example late league about early league, but you get my point. For let's say that this isn't that and it costs 10 divines. But what we can do right now with this item is we're going to try to 6 link it. So I'm going to use an example from just my build right now of how do we do this. So let's say that we bought a +1 socketed gems lightning coil that is really good, and with +1 socketed gems 6 link is going to be much more expensive. Let's say that we managed to buy this for, I don't know, 2 divines. Obviously it's 6 socket, but what we can do, let's say that we don't even get it with 6 socket, right? Let's say we bought it with 4 socket, whatever. Just a lightning coil with +1 socketed gems, good rolls. Now, the reason why this is so good is that you have tainted jeweler orbs. So tainted jeweler orbs cost a absolute fraction of a price of what you would have to pay. They cost 3 chaos even on early league on the first couple of days. So having tainted jeweler orbs is really cool, because what we can do now is quite literally just add these sockets on. It has a chance to remove them, like, okay, now it doesn't remove them, but it has a chance to remove them. So you just recraft 4 sockets for 10 vol orbs instead of 350 vol orbs. Like, the price change on that is huge, right? So we craft on 4 sockets, not 350 vol orbs. That's going to be so much more expensive compared to the tainted fusings or jewelers that I just added right now. There you go, we managed to get it again. But what about the 6 links, right? Well, in order to get the 6 link, we're also going to have to use the same thing, but now we're going to use either, if you want, 5 link sockets or just 4 link sockets. So I'm just going to click 4 link right here, and it links these 4 and these 2. And we're going to use a tainted orb of fusing. Now we got a 5 link, now we got a 6 link, just like that, with 2 orbs of fusings. The only problem with this is that tainted orbs of fusings are quite expensive early league. So you need to really play the first couple of days in order to get them for, like 18, 20, whatever. This was just for this league, for around 20 to 40, and they go up to 55. But you need to calculate if, using this is going to be better. And it is going to be better in the long run. You can have some crafts that might not be as profitable, but that's not going to happen really often if you really know what you're doing. So just right now, I went from a +1 socketed gem 4 socket 3 link to a 6 link +1 socketed gems with a fraction of the cost. What? It took me 2 tainted jeweler orbs, about 10 vol orbs, and then 2 fusings. So the cost was absolutely minimal. And if you can really maximize the profit, if you know that a lot of people are going to be playing, for example, a build that uses lightning coil, you can just keep buying and sniping lightning coils with like +1 socketed gems, or I don't know. You can just, this is just an example, but if you find certain things that are really good early league, and you just either snipe it from the market, just keep looking for those opportunities to buy good corruptions on good uniques that people use, that means that there's going to be a market for them. And smart players that don't want to do this, for example, they're just instantly going to try to buy those uniques early league because they're going to be listed for cheap. Because, you know, even if you list something on the second day for 200 divines, nobody's really going to be buying that yet, because not even RMTers are going to have 200 divines for the first 2 days of the league, or 3 or 4 or 5. What I would recommend though is actually like start maybe doing this after a week when the price kind of stabilizes and goes down a little bit to a higher supply, because people are going to have more fusings. There's going to be more fusings on the market, so it's going to be easier for you to also just keep buying those and keep reselling items. But this is the main gist of it. It's really simple to execute, because the only difficult thing to do here is to find those good profit margins on uniques. So buying those items that have good potential profitability is going to be quite easy by just doing very simple crafting in your hideout. And it doesn't really take a lot. Yes, you can get unlucky with uniques. Yes, you can get unlucky with the fusings, which is your main cost here besides the base item. But still, in the long run, if you keep doing this, you're going to get most of the time still a lot of profit if you have a good margin. So let's say that you bought the lightning coil with +1 socketed gems for early league, a divine, and you have like 2 fusings, but you can sell that easily for like 5, 6, whatever in the first couple of days. That's a good profit margin. You can manage to have some costs, right? Some fails, and then you just keep growing that money. You keep growing that, you get that snowball rolling. Besides that, there's not that much to explain. Find a good unique, and find uniques, and how to find them is quite easily. Just look at PoE Ninja, see what builds are being played, what unique items are being used. Like I said, if you just go to builds and you look here on the left, it shows you items. So you can see that, for example, what is an item that's being used very often, that is like a 6 socket or something like that for most builds. Well, unfortunately, there's other things here, but there you go, Cloak of Flame. Cloak of Flame, you can just buy good Cloak of Flame. For this league, it was amazing. You can just buy it with good corruptions. You can just see what corruptions people are using. +1 max res with good rolls. You buy a +1 max res with good rolls without it being a 6-link, then you 6-link it yourself and sell the 6-link. It's that simple. There's not much really to it. Also, if you really want, you can add extra quality to it. Since it is a corrupted item, all you need to use is a tainted armor scrap. We went from 27 to 28. You can get up a maximum of 30 right now, and this is just completely random. It went to 0 back to 25, 22. This is just like an extra thing. There's really no reason to actually do this, besides if the base thing is pretty good, but 29, I'll just keep it at here. And you know, you have the 29 quality, +1 socketed gem, good roll item that you can just instantly use right now, and that's it. Same thing with colors. You can either gamble it with chromatic orbs, but while you have the 4 sockets, try to force the off colors on the crafting bench as well, if you know what sockets are being used, if you're doing this for personal use, right? So basically, you want to use the difficult off colors on the first couple of sockets to make it the cheapest. If you want, I'll tell you about socketing and how to actually get off colors on certain items and how to make that much easier and much cheaper as well. But doing this strategy always grants me hundreds, I mean really tens of divines for a lot of leagues right now, and it's just been great. And there's so many other ways that you can make money in the hideout, and I'll be posting those daily before the league right now, so make sure to go and watch that. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and see you in the next one.